Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to encrypt data in JavaScript. Before we are going to start, I would like to ask you a favor. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe my channel. Let's start. In today's world, we are usually using web-based application where we are prone to various attacks. To prevent attacks from being successful, we can use encryption technique where the data is encrypted at the client side and the use of information to the server side. So data in the server side, we can decrypt the data. Mostly what happening once we are going to pass data from that your client side to your server side, just like if we are going to use that MVC application, but in the client side is using that HTML and jQuery. So there, if you are passing some data from that your client side to the server side, that means that that times if you are not going to use that any encryption technique, so that time the data will be in plain text. So any hacker can check that what's actually you are transferring from that from your client side to the server side. Just like say if you are using that login, if you just take the example of a login form, just you are entering that username and password, simple, and you are click on submit on the submit or login button. So that times that if you are not going to use the encryption techniques, then it will be in the plain text so that anyone can see what is your user ID and the password. So that's why we should use in encryption techniques in the client side also. So that times once you are going to use that encryption technique, so encrypted data will be go to the server side, and that in the server side you can encrypt that particular data, and after that you can use that particular data. Just take the example. I'm going to add this one is your MVC application, so I'm going to add one controller, that is the add controller. Okay, MVC controller empty, click on add, and here I'm going to write home controller. Here we will check that once how to once you are passing the data from that client to server, so how it's a plain text, so anyone can read that one. So in this how we can read, we can use that fiddler. This controller we have added, and going to add model, or going to add view model. Let's create the folder that I'm going to add. That folder name is view model, and in that view model I'm going to add one class, that is a user view model. Simple, not going to make the complicated, because main purpose is that how to encrypt data in the client side. So going to add that prop, going to add that string, and here you can write that username. First one will be the username, and second one going to add, that is your password. That is a user password. Okay, so this view model I'm going to call in that controller, and now right click on the index, add that view, click on add. Okay, so here that model and user view model, just add that reference, and going to like a login, that is a user login. I'm going to add the table, that is style, that width will be that is 100%, and then going to add the class, that is a table condense. So in that, now before that I'm going to use that using a simple that using that HTML dot begin form. So in that begin form, first one will be the index, the second one will be that home, that is a controller name, and Third one is the form method, that will be the post. And put inside that. Now I'm going to add one tr, then td. In the td, I'm going to write that username, and then another td, going to add that as text box for model dot username. Okay, same, copy this one and paste for that password. The second one will be the user password, so it will be not text box for, it will be that password for. Okay, now going to add that one more tr and td. So one more td will be add. In the td, going to add the table. Inside the table, going to add the tr, then td. In the td, I'm going to add that button and put type, that will be the, going to add like a submit. And second one, going to write a value, and that particular value will be the login, the name, so it's going to be login, and then class will be the button dash, going to add success. Okay, that class. Now add that one more action method, that will be the http post, and the http post, you can see we can use that user view model, and just name that variable. Okay, that is part done. Now run the application, that in the Google Chrome, run the application. I'll make a breakpoint here so we can check the data. Just make a breakpoint here. You can see that username, this one will be the password. This one will be the password. Just save and reload again. Okay, now I'm going to add some value, just like a username. So username going to write like it. Okay, and then password I'm going to write 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, once before going to press that login, just open the fiddler. Just delete all. Now going to click on login. Okay, now it's come here. Now open the fiddler. Let's see, you have one tag. See, now you can see that here, that username and password. You can read that what is the username and what is the password. That's a problem once you are not going to use that any encryption technique in that client side. So that hacker can read that what is that your username you are using and what is your password. So it's a plain text. This one is called a plain text. Okay, you see this one, you can read that one. So now here also you get that one, that your username and password, but in that with the fiddler, with the help of a fiddler, you can read that one what is your username and password. So that's one we can use one technique or one algorithm there, that you can encrypt your client side data. So we are going to use that AES algorithm to encrypt that your client side data. So what's the acronym for AES? AES means Advanced Encryption Standard. Actually, this is a symmetric encryption algorithm. So AES was designed to be efficient in both hardware and software and support a block length of 128 bits and key length of 128, 192 and 256 bits. First of all, need to download that AES JavaScript file. So I have already downloaded, so I'm going to copy and paste it here. Just paste it here. So here you can see that I have added that AES JavaScript file. So that particular JavaScript I'm going to drag into that index.cshtml. So we're going to drag this one, index.cshtml, and one more file I'm going to drag, that is your JavaScript mean.js. Now this one I'm going to I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to make a button here only and change that to this one, that login, and give that ID. So ID will be that button login, and also for that password I'm to give the name, that is a new ID is equal to your txt username. Okay, then second one, it will come the new ID, it will is equal to txt user password. Okay, that is two part is been done. Now let's start. That's going to write that jQuery code, that script, that your JavaScript. Then after that, the dollar dot the document dot ready function. We are going to write like a function. Create one function. Encrypt username and password. Okay, username will be that your txt username dot value. Just check that one. This one is a txt username. Copy this one, paste it here, username. Then second one is your password, that is a user password. So where that is a user password. So I'm going to check dot value. Okay, that's two parts done. Need to check that if user name blank, then alert message user name is required, then return. Else if user password, so again same one, that user password is required. Now here we can start that. First one is that is your key. So first need to write like a key. So here we can use that crypto.js. So encryption, that enc dot utf-8. So all are in C. You can see that aes.js. So utf-8, then parse. So for parse, need to parse some string, that is will be so 16 digit, 1 2 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Then again this one is a 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. Okay, then one more is that, then your second is that iv. So I'm going to write like iv. So that is iv is a initialization version. So iv, it will be same like a crypto.js dot encryption dot utf8 tf8 dot parse. So here also I'm going to write like a one, see that will be the 16 digit. So I'm going to start, that is a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, that is also 16 digit. Okay, now then another one is that encrypted login. Encrypted your login, it will be that also again that crypto.js, but here it will become that AES dot encrypt your encrypt, then again that crypto.js dot encrypt, then utf8 dot parse. So that's this one. I am going to that encrypt that your user password. So just I'm going to pass that user password. In the parse will be the user password. Then another one is your key. Then iv. After that key, just add that braces, make a semicolon here. Then here you can write like a key size. That key size is equal to 128 divided by 8. Then iv, so iv is equal to iv. Then mode, that crypto js dot mode dot cbc. Then padding will be your crypto js dot pad dot pks, this one pkc7. That is done. Now this one is encrypted, your password is encrypted. Now I'm going to pass, so make aware that is a form, it's equal to new form data. So that form need to append. So first one is your user. If you order, that is a username. Then second parameter will be that username, that is this username. Okay, the next one, that is a form dot append, that is your password. So copy that user password, so add it here, that user password, and here it will come encrypted login. Yeah, now call the $.ajax. This first one is that your async, it will be the true. Then type is equal to, this one will be the post. Then data type will be the JSON. Then content type, make it false. Then process data, this one also make it false. Then URL, that is URL. So URL will be your home/index. So home/index will be there, then your data. So data will be your form, this one. Then success, then create the function, it will return the data, it will be the alert. I'm going to add the data. Same for error, function, alert will be there is some problem to processing your request. That part is done. So just call this particular method to here. Now one more time you can check. So first one, we have copied this one, that aes.js file, that JavaScript file. So after that I have created that one function, that is a encrypted user name and password. So here I got that username, then password. Okay, so first I am checking that one. If username is empty, then I will get that message. Here also that user password, if it will empty, then it will be return that error message. Then first I am getting that key, then initialization version. So both I am using that different value. So here I am encrypting that value, adding into the form data, because in that controller is in user view model. Okay, in the user view model there is a two properties. That one is a username and another one is a user password, and that async true, that type will be the post. So home controller, this one will be the post. Okay, then data type is JSON, content type false, process data is false, and URL data, that all the things is here. I'm going to make a breakpoint here. Let's see that if that your password is encrypting or not. Before we're going to run, just go to the here there is some, it will not come like that only. Go to that, what's the ID of that button, that is a button login. So here, because it's first, once it will be run, then it will call this particular function. So need to write like a dollar, that ID selector, then click event, there is a function. So just make it and call this one inside that click event. Now it's okay. Once you click on save, then it will call that particular function. Now just check here, I have to make that breakpoint here. Now run the application. I'm going to write that username is that tech tuition and password. Okay, I'm going to click on login. Let's see, let's come here and check that. See, your password is encrypted. Now open that fiddler also. Here you can check, just drag this one. Now you can see here your password also is encrypted. If you want, you can encrypt that your username also. In same way you can encrypt that your username. So but here you can see that your password is encrypted now. So once you are going to pass from that client to that server, so that everything will be in a encrypted way, so the hacker can not see that what actually it's your password. Now it's encrypted way. Now I'm going to decrypt that one. So first of all, need to add one class. That class, going to give the name that AES decryption. Okay, create one method. Here in that particular methods, it will get that only your encryption part, that is string, that is your encrypted your password. So it will be the public static, it will return that plain text, that is the string, or just going to write like a decrypt password, or decrypt, just like a decrypt, make a decrypt. So here it will come like a, this one call as ciphertext, that is ciphertext. First of all, going same thing, that a key or initialization version. So going to create the key, that encoding, so same thing, encoding dot utf8 dot get bytes. Same one need to copy what actually is that particular value. Now that next one will be the initialization version, that will be the IV. Then it will be that same thing, same one need to copy, that encoding dot utf8 dot get bytes. Just paste it here, but this value should be changed. What is exactly we should copy same one, that you can say that it's a key value. So anything you can enter in this within 16 digit. Now encrypted, convert dot from base 64 string. So what all things will be here, it will become like your ciphertext. Then where, so now I can write like a using, okay, so where managed is equal to new, that one is that is in the mandate, this one is encrypted, sorry. Our manager is equal to new regional managed, okay, that one. The next one is that mode, that is a mode. So what was that mode, that here same, that crypto mode that cpc. So here also we should write ciphertext mode is equal to cbc. Okay, the next one is the padding, same one need to use that dot padding. So padding, what was the padding, padding is the pkc7. So same one you have to use pkc7. Okay, now r managed dot size, first one is your feedback size, need to write that feedback size. So what will be the feedback size, it will be the 128. The next one is the after feedback, then key, so r managed dot key. So what is the key, that is key here. The next is the version, so that will be the IV is equal to IV. So where, so here we can write like a decryptor is equal to r manage create decryptor, it will be the r manage dot key, then your r manage dot iv. Okay, done. Then again that memory stream using as ms the memory stream decrypt into new memory stream, that is a memory stream. It will be the memory stream will be the encrypted. So again that using statement. So here you can write like a var decrypt equal to new crypto, that will be the crypto stream. Yeah. So it will be the ms decrypt, then decryptor, next one will be the crypto stream mode. So we can write a crypto stream mode is equal to read. Yeah, that is done. And one more using, that is a var that is a decrypt equal to new stream reader, that is your cs decrypt. So one variable we can write plain text. So here we can write like a string dot empty. So that plain text this will be sc decrypt dot read to end. So this one it will be written, then return that your plain text. So now open that controller. Here actually it's coming right. So here that user password equal to easy dot your decrypt, that means here it will be the password, that is a user password. Let's save it. Now make a breakpoint here. Let's see. Here that password will be encrypted, and this one, this particular method, that password will be decrypt means it will return to the plain text. Run the application. Here you're going to write like a username is take tuition. Our password is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Press the login. Let's see. First of all, it will be that you can see here that your password is your encrypted format. Okay, just step over. Okay, just check that your password is in the plain text 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Your password is here. Now it's decrypted. If the filter also, if you will check this one, you can see that your password is that decrypted. So you can encrypt that anything, but that your one thing is main important, that is your this key, this value. It's very important because particular this value, because once you are going to use that particular key, with that help of your key that you are encrypting. So this value you will get from that your database. You can add into the database, or you can generate something dynamically, or better if we will add that particular key value into the database, and you will get that from the database, and you will pass it here, because and that same key you can use for that decryption also. If you check that one, that particular key, that encoding.utf.get bytes, it's the same one, and that your IV, they both are, it's matching with that this one. This value, if you look that key, and this value is the same, and your IV is also same with this. And for model state validation, you can add it here also. That is your, you can use all that reference that system dot component model dot data annotation. So here that will be the required. So you will get that error message. Your username is required. That also you can write, and for password also you can write that user. This one is user, that password is required. And next one you can display the display also, that name is equal to username, and same one we can copy here, that is it. Here we can use password. So same we can use in that index also. The design, here we can add one more td. So in that td we can write like html dot validation message for, that will be the model dot your username, that next one will be the null, and then your attribute, it will be the class, it will be the text danger. Same one we have to copy for that password also, that your td, here it will become the td, this one for user password. Okay, just going to give that one name for this, that id equal to your form encryption. Okay, that is a form encryption. Then before that, this one form encryption we can use once before that click, after that click, so we can check dollar if dollar make negation, then dollar, and you can write here that if it's a valid, so because we have made that negation, so it will be the return. This one. This way also you can validate, just only need to add some reference into that layout page. Go to the shared layout page, and here you can add that validate mean.js and validate unobtrusive.mean.js. okay, so you need to install that one unobtrusive unobtrusive only. So just run the application. So you will get, first it will be validate that your form. Okay, just click on login. Just it will say validating, username is required and then password is required. Let's see, password. Now if I'm going to click on login, same thing, you will get that here, you will get that encrypted message. Okay, that you will get that encrypted message, then step over, so you will get that plain text now. Okay, I hope you can understand this encryption part. It's clear for you, because every time once you are going to pass some secure data, so please encrypt that one and the client side only. I hope it's clear. Thanks for watching.